Your arteries, in your entire lifetime, transport million liters of blood through your body. And I think that's beautiful. Let's see how the arteries and other blood vessels manage to do it. To understand the structure and function of the arteries, veins, and capillaries. In the mammalian circulatory system, the heart is a vital organ. The heart pumps blood to various body parts through the artery, and veins help to bring back the blood to the heart. If we closely observe the aorta, we observe that it has a diameter of 2.5 centimeters close to the heart and a wall of about 2 millimeters in thickness. We see that the artery carries blood at high pressure. It is the structure of the artery walls that enables it to sustain this pressure. A careful study of the cross-section shows that it is made up of 3 layers. The outer layer is called the tunica externa. Next to it lies the middle layer called tunica media, which contains smooth muscles, elastic fibers, and collagen fibers. Since it contains large amounts of elastic fibers, this is by far the thickest part of the wall. The inner layer, called tunica intima or endothelium, is a layer of flat cells made of squamous epithelium that fits together like jigsaw pieces. When blood at high pressure enters the artery, it becomes wider, reducing the pressure a little. As pulses of blood at high pressure surge through the artery, the elastic fibers allow the wall to stretch and become wider, reducing the pressure. Then, as the pressure drops, it recoils inwards. The overall effect is to even out the flow of blood, and the blood flows smoothly. Blood flows through the artery and reaches the tissues where it branches into smaller and smaller vessels called arterioles. The walls of the arterioles are similar to those of the artery, except that its tunica media has only smooth muscles. The arterioles further branch to form the tiniest of all blood vessels, the capillaries. The capillary is about the size of a red blood cell. Their walls are extremely thin, made up of a single layer of endothelial cells. These red blood cells in capillaries are brought into close proximity to the cells outside the capillary that require oxygen, which then diffuses into the cells and the RBCs become deoxygenated. As blood leaves the capillary bed, the capillaries gradually join one another to form larger vessels called venules. These then join to form the veins. By the time blood enters the vein, pressure is reduced, so the vein does not require a thick wall. If we take a section of the vein, we can see that its wall is composed of 3 layers. The outer layer is tunica externa, followed by the middle layer called tunica media, which is much thinner than the artery. The next layer is the tunica intima or endothelium. Arising from the endothelium, we see flap-like valves known as venous valves. We know that the blood pressure in the veins is very low. Then how does the blood flow in the vein? The venous valves help the blood to flow in the right direction. These valves allow the blood to flow towards the heart and not in the opposite direction.